Let's try it.
That about concludes it.
That was definitely worth it.
That was one of the most
That made the knife
rounds.
That makes the knife round so much more interesting. Yes, I love that. That's a thing from now on. Whatever we cast, you've just created our thing. Well done. That was sick.
Well, we'll let that one slide, but nonetheless, these teams are going to go into the pistol round. Of course, Penta sitting on the less favoured CT side of Cobble, so this doesn't bode well for them at all. This isn't their map pick. This isn't the favoured side. And CSGO Lounge here are going to amass their forces over towards the B site.
Yeah, they will, and Mishu will pick up Mike S on that boost nice and early. Lowell does back away from that one, but it's gone from bad to worse for Penta. The round's only 20 seconds old, and already they're down a man, and that's now when CSGO Lounge will jump down that drop room and make their way back towards the doors, but Tarson will find one and actually get the bomb down, and that's dropped right towards the doors as Crystal finds Sparrow as well, and this is going to be a tough time now for CSGO Lounge. That bomb dropping in a really awkward position, but Manise and Innocent are making this work. Tabson will pick up Innocent as well, so it's a 2 versus 1 coming in here for Tabson to try and fight off. He does do it very well, clicking the heads of a couple of CSGO Lounge players there. Penta starts strong 1-0, and this is exactly what they needed.
Tabson, aka the turret. He didn't really move too far in that round at all, but clicked on 3 heads quite proficiently. He got the bomb down in quite a proficient position, if that's not an awkward saying at all, but sets his team up well. As you can see, CSGO Lounge have forced some pistols here and actually bought in with some armor, so there is some investment in this round, and they could look very dangerous if they do manage to get into a choke point unchecked. So they are just sitting above that drop room there, just waiting for a few of the smokes to clear, and I think this round is on the time where they're going to explode out. Spiro leads that charge there, just behind the well, and now charging onto his B bomb site there though. Tabson is waiting up with the boost, and it does get taken down eventually, not before taking 2, so they do have a little bit of control of this B bomb site, though they need to make sure though that I think it's Mike S is in this site, the only one left defending it. He goes down quite quickly. That bomb will be put down. Mouse actually does get it planted before he does get taken down himself. And now in this 2 versus 2, Tech 9's up against the rifles of Penta. Now Manise is in a decent position here though. Does a bit of damage to Tabson, but of course the rifle, now the pistol is going to try and finish him off. That bomb in the meantime had been defused completely. So good round from CSGO Lounge. Of course didn't quite win the round, but nonetheless did quite a lot of economic damage to Penta.
That's it, mate. 3 kills and the bomb plant coming down there for CSGO Lounge, so decent effort there. Manise will save out that Tech 9, which is good for him because he'll save his head armor and also that pistol. He doesn't have to reinvest in that side of things. His teammates will all get rifles, and Sparrow is the only one with any sort of real utility. Mouse also has a smoke grenade, but he will spot out one member of Penta, which will be Tarson, taking a bit of damage. But Manise is close in mid here, and he takes the jump onto Crystal and will pick up a free gun there. So beautiful play there from the Poles, just isolating one of the Penta players, as it's been a pretty common trend, I think you could say, for Penta, Jim, that the CT trading just hasn't been there. They've been very, I guess, isolated in their style of play, and that cost them there as Crystal went down and gave Manise a weapon.
Good recognition there from the terrorists to simply just focus all their effort and attention onto one player. Now they do have that man advantage, and as you can see on the overlay, whilst they are going to send some members over towards the B-bomb site to potentially just lock the CTs in there, you can see they might be able to lock 3 CTs away if they just bully that side of the map, but that bomb is making its way slowly through the A-hole. So dropping into Skyfall there, Lowell finds a triple, so things have turned on their head almost immediately, and that backfired completely for CSGO Lounge now, as both Mouse and Mishu are going to try and make this work on this A bomb site. Tarson, though, that smoke smartly forces them to take the other angle, the other route, as Llewell does find one before he's traded out quite quickly. Tabson, though, is quick to resume the position, and now they do know where Mouse is. Nice and easy. Down he goes. That went pear-shaped. The Spanish import finding quad kill to turn that round absolutely on its head.
Yeah, we were definitely entertained that round as the Gladiator picks himself up a quad kill and moves his way towards potentially securing a permanent spot in Penta. If they want him, they will. If they want him, they will come and claim him. But Penta will make sure that they just play this one nice and defensively.
That's right. It's very defensive, isn't it? As you can see on the bomb site. Really too much other than Tabson here on that chair, just checking it out. Oh, like a nice little crispy headshot there. Takes two. Still on that platform there before he's able to change his position. 9 HP, but Llewell is in a good position to back him up. Mike S takes one down, and now in this 5 versus 2, CSGO Lounge are going to try and find a few frags here for it to be a successful eco, or forced by it rather.
I don't think they'll find them either. Penta are playing, doing a great job here of just playing defensively. Lowell will pick up one. Crystal picks up the other frag. That's a clean sweep for them, which is really important. We go to such extreme lengths with the analysis of the in-game economy, and I guess winning a round in this sort of fashion where you clean sweep is so very important to the outcome of the game. The more of these rounds you can get, the more stable your economy becomes, and therefore the more consistently you can buy weapons, and that in itself breeds consistency on that side of the map. If you can consistently buy all the requisite grenades and guns and armor to defend your spot or attack as terrorists, then you're going to have a much better time of things in the long run. But at the moment, Penta looking the goods. 4-0 on CT side of Cobble, which is no mean feat. And Tarson, he's well aware that there's somebody lurking around the corner, but I'm not sure that he understands exactly the kind of pressure that he's under. He's just making his way back towards his teammates to shore up this B defense, and he's going to spot out a couple now. I should say the A defense rather, as now the flash comes in and will slow them down. Multiple AKs heard, so they should be able to get a call in for the rotate to come in here as 3 players from CSGO Lounge breach the A bomb site hall area on the right.
That's right, they're just waiting for that smoke to dissipate before they charge onto that A site. Now, smoke should come in here, and as you can see, they've actually managed to rotate off the B bomb site here. Crystal has joined his teammate over in the A to try and defend Tarson. He's sitting up on that roof there, trying to spot down into mid. Of course, the Molotovs, the smokes, the flashes will come in. They're going up on this A bomb site, and Crystal does find the first frag before he's actually traded out quite quickly there. Good work from the pole, as now Tarson is in this bomb site trying to make it work over at the cannons. Doesn't quite do so. More importantly, though, Mike S with the crucial frag there, getting the bomb down. Only 16 seconds left on the clock. They need to make it work here, as they are locking these CTs out of the site. But Tabson is just waiting for his chance to get through that smoke there. He does get through the mid-double doors, find a double before he's taken down quickly by Mouse, and now forces a 1 versus 1 between Mike S, the Dutch player, and Mouse, the Polish player, and they are just going to do the dance. This is not going to go for the full 40 seconds. One of these players will frag one another here as they are taking the round. Mike S with a crucial clutch there for Penta, and they're extending their lead here. 5-0. CSGO Lounge are yet to break this defense down entirely.
Yeah, and this comes back to the clean sweep we were talking about in the previous round for Penta. Had they have lost multiple guns on that eco round, this would have been a very sticky situation for them in terms of having to force buy into this round. But as it stands, they have plenty of cash. You can see Tabson over 7,000 there, so they can afford to buy for at least one more round after this. But they've gone immediately for that double orb setup, so this is a bit different coming out from Penta here, and they've taken the CSGO Lounge approach to their CT side, backing up those 2 AWPs. Lowell's going to defend that drop room like he has been doing for the previous 5 rounds, and Tarson did spot out into mid originally and has fallen back into A.
Interesting, though, that they've actually gone for Tarson with this AWP. Normally, I understand Mike S, but usually it's Crystal that would pick up the secondary AWP there, so they're going to hit this B bomb side. The executes are going to come out. The smokes have gone up, but of course, it's Tabson and Lowell that are providing a lot of resistance here, and Crystal's in a good position to actually flank Spiro. More importantly, get that bomb down if possible. They do manage to do so. Mihu actually picks up a double frag there. Great work from him, and Crystal is on this flank here. He does pick up double, and will need to pick up the triple if they're going to pick up the round. So he does smoke the bomb off, and Mihu is just caught dancing around. He knows that he's not on the bomb just yet. Mihu does know now that he's somewhere around. Finds the frag. All too easy for Miku. Picking up a triple of his own and getting CSGO Lounge first round in this second map.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that AWP buy from Tabson, although it looks as though he's going to play hero ball at the moment here. Tabson getting that AWP in play, and 4 pistols surrounding that one.
The Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper, in fact. They will follow the leader, and the AWP will dictate the merry march in which they maybe win this round. But Tarson, what a spot to be holding so aggressively with just a pistol, but he will fire off a couple of bullets and make his way successfully back around the corner towards the A bomb site, and maybe give his team a bit of information. But you can see not much of a rotate coming in from the CTs at the moment. They're pretty happy, just pretty content with that B bomb site stack. But little do they know, Manise and all of the CSGO Lounge players just biding their time, making their way into the A bomb site, and Tabson needs to make sure that if he doesn't pick the right spot early enough, he needs to just get the Penta players to surround him, and get him in a good spot. But look at this. He's picked the right spot, but he's missed the shot, and that will cost them as CSGO Lounge immediately backs off on that one and will go back towards A. You can see how fast they're rotating, and that missed shot could be the difference between winning the round and losing the round for Penta Esports.
That's right, and they're going to make their way back through the underpass there into mid. Tasman's actually just jumping up and down, spotting now with 35 seconds remain. It's pretty clear that they're going to make a call onto this bomb site. As that does come in. Tasman, though, does find that first frag, finds Manise with that AWP.
Yeah, Tabson finding one, and now it's going to be on the CSGO Lounge boys to try and rip open this A defense. There's so many counter-terrorists there, but it won't make any difference. Mike S pitching in, Lowell picking up one as well. Now it's Tabson and Mike S in a 2 versus 2. But the problem is they don't have any kits. I'd probably suggest Penta already save this AWP. There's no reason for him to be going for this. They lose out on that, and $5,000 worth of gun, 4,750 in fact, just goes down. Oh, Mike S did a great job there of getting that AWP back for Penta and trying to escape with that gun in his possession.
A part-time pickpocket.
Yeah, he was quite a distance away from that gun. Just Stretch Armstrong puts out those arms, grabs that rifle and pulls away. But yeah, a bit surprising there from Tabson going for that one, because let's face it, there was no kit. There was a large amount of urgency having to be shown, and that AWP definitely was a round winner. I'm just not sure what Penta's approach to the AWP is, because as you said, we've seen Tabson pick up the AWP, we've seen Mike S pick up the AWP, we've seen Crystal pick up the AWP, and there seems to be no consistency as to who actually gets this rifle. It's whoever really feels like it at the time, just puts their hand up and says, I'd love to have a crack at the AWP. And while this is probably the most diplomatic and fair-minded way to approach who gets the AWP, it's not necessarily tactically the most sound approach to have someone constantly using that gun that's not the same person. So Penta is going to have to sort those issues out, but at the moment they're up 5-2 and everything's working pretty nicely for them. And CSGO Lounge happy to once again just pull back and become spectators in this round for a while, as one of the CSGO Lounge players just finds a player in mid, spams through that smoke, doesn't find anything, and a lot has happened for nothing to have happened just yet, Jim, but it looks as though CSGO Lounge finally made up their mind and they're going to move towards the B bomb side.
Well, it's about time too. I mean, there is a minute left in the round, but of course that bomb has made its way to the platform there. Mike S finds that first frag, and now he's going to be pressed here from the terrorists as they run through. Mauzinho actually flashed as he tried to get better position. Of course, now Spiro trades him out. Tabson and Innocent actually gets himself out of the drop room there. That Mac 10 doing some work, finding Lowell, but again, he just fell quite quickly there. Crystal just showing that he's actually quite proficient with that Colt as well. Spiro actually missing a shot there onto Crystal, so he might rue that opportunity gone in about 30 seconds time, but just making his way onto the platform there. Crystal does spot him out, does do a little bit of damage there, taking him down at least once with that Colton now. It's a really awkward standoff here between these two players. Spiro needs to make something happen. He's going to try and make it happen. He does get the quick scope there onto Tarson and knows that Crystal's around this bomb site here somewhere. This is a dance of death between these two players as he does fake some footsteps there, but of course, Crystal not falling for that ruse at all. Does claim the AWP for Penta and more importantly, their 6th round.
Well, he only had about 14 seconds, I believe, to try and make his way into A. So I think he could have made it if he fully committed and sprinted from the word go as soon as he got that kill. But after that hesitation, there was no way he was going to make it back.
That would have had to have been some next level movement, some Foon stuff.
It would have had to have been, but I think if he had have just decided after that instant that he got that first kill that he was going to bolt A, he could have made it work. But once he'd slowed down again and tried to find the site player, it was all over, and the CT playing that one to perfection. As now Penta Esports go up 6-2. CSGO Lounge looking a little bit static on their T side now. The roles have been reversed as Innocent doesn't spot one up the tree there on the boost, but Lowell gets taken down, and now CSGO Lounge actually have a really big opportunity here to take the B bomb site, but Innocent just really hesitating, and he's waiting for his teammates, but there was an opportunity there to jump into B and really cause some havoc and force some rotations to come in as Mike S just bides his time in this spot, but Tarson will pitch in with one there, and Mouse will also find one. So very back and forth here at the moment, and now 3 versus 3. CSGO Lounge are making their way back towards B once again.
That's right, Mike S is in a key position here. Mouse actually did try and check it there, but I believe he was flashed quite well. Does pick up a double and more importantly defend that B bomb site from the terrorist. CSGO Lounge really struggling on their terrorist side here. Strange that they actually had now the map pick and the side pick essentially, and they're really struggling against Penta. This is a completely different Penta from what we saw on the first map, Cash.
So if you, let me get this straight, if you are on your map pick and you win the knife, surely this is the most advantageous position you can possibly be in.
Yep.
Because you've got the map that you want, your best map in theory, also on the side that you want it on, because you've picked what side you want. So this is a little bit confusing for me, for CSGO Lounge. They look completely disjointed on their T side. They're just trying that super default approach, and the split pick's not working. We've seen Penta get nice and aggressive and use that AWP pretty well, the double AWP setup, as well as Lowell defending that drop room nicely. But for me, where's the B rush here from CSGO Lounge? Where's the huge amounts of pressure being placed in that B bomb site by the flashes and the smokes? And I think finally we'll see a response here. CSGO Lounge has picked up the pace. This is a good change for them. They are funneling their way in, all 5 members committing to this drop. Now they're in the side, and Lowell's going to find one before dancing around that rock, and Mike S will trade one in, but will it be enough? And he should be taken down, but he manages to get back through those doors, and the spam comes out from Manise, and he finds one. So now it's a 2 versus 3, but Manise could be on here for yet another kill. He won't be, and Jim, this is a 3 versus 2 here for CSGO Lounge to try and make work.
What an awkward standoff position they're in at the moment. Crystal is just holding down. It's almost as though the T's have become the counter-terrorists here, and they're being pincered by some terrorists. But nonetheless, Tarson's in a good position here. Mouse is very, very close, and he does have that bomb. Mouse actually picks up the frag there and now forces a 2 versus 2. They know Crystal's somewhere around, but Manise fails to realise that. Crystal capitalising on some good position and repositions himself down near the cheeky Nando's position, finding that second frag and winning that round for Penta. As you said, CSGO Lounge changed the tempo there, but it didn't really work in their favour. The trades came out and they weren't at all in the terrorist side's favour.
But that to me looked way better than the alternative, which is sitting back, waiting to get picked off by a really stout defense, which was what was happening to Penta on Cache. CSGO Lounge was just sitting back and waiting to pick the players off, and now Mike S will get aggressive here with this AWP, and he'll continue to fight that mid-fire, and he'll get a double before Mouse picks up Bristol, and also Innocent will get Tarson before Sparrow gets Tabson as well. Lowell does pick up one. Oh, Mike S there. The prediction, the intuitive nature of that AWP just finding its target, even though it was not visible. The great shooting there from Mike S continues. Lowell will throw a Kobe from over half court. It'll connect with Innocent for the alley-oop. He dunks it, and Penta goes up 10-2. And I love that aggression from Mike S.
Yeah, I love that aggression from Mike S, but I dare say that was more of a Paul Gasol, given that he's Spanish, but nonetheless, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ricky Rubio.
unless it was some great volleying there. But Mike S, we've seen him hit this sort of form before when he's this hot and he's hitting shots like that. He's a very tough AWPer to come up against, and this is a sign that Penta are starting to wake up, starting to move, and they can salvage points here. Obviously, it's not going to mean much in the context of their season, but there's nothing better than the satisfaction of denying a team a berth to the finals potentially, and that's exactly what could happen to CSGO Lounge here. All their matches from here on out are crucial in the context of this season, so failing to capitalise on taking that first map could really come back to, or failing to capitalise on taking their map pick in the second map could really come back to haunt them.
Yeah, Crystal going down at the moment, but Tarson will have that second AWP, and Innocent will find Lowell out of position there. He's been forced out of his usual holding spot by a series of Molotovs and flashes, and he will get found out. The bomb will go down, and this is a bit of a write-off here for Penta, but they will be very happy with the position they're in here. This is the disadvantaged side of the map, and they've got 10 rounds on it. So great work here from Penta, securing this side of the map and just really holding it down. But I've been more surprised at what I haven't seen from CSGO Lounge on their map pick, on their choice of side. It's been very static, it's been very one-dimensional, and they've been punished for that by Penta.
Yeah, they're going to need a phenomenal CT side if that's going to be the case. I mean, they're already 10 rounds down. The best they can do here is a 10-5 scoreline. And on a CT side CT side Cobble, I dare say there are not many teams out there that are capable of taking 11 rounds on that counter-terrorist side.
I mean, it is their map pick, so you never know, I guess, what their CT side is like. You tend to think they would be strong on both sides of this map, given it's their map pick. But as we've said so many times, 2 zeros are so hard to come by when you're playing such a high level of competition, because in between maps, players can cool off, players can heat up for different sides, and it's that consistency that sort of mandates what sort of quality of your team you are. Any team can play great on one map. So in these best of 2 series where there's no deciding map in the best of 3, form doesn't really come into play. It's 2 best of 1s individually. I mean, it is technically a best of 2 in terms of like it's a 1-1 draw, but the way to approach these things is always as 2 best of 1s. That way you're playing as hard as you possibly can for both maps and not worrying about the outcome in the series. But at the moment, Penta doing a great job of focusing on that aspect and bouncing back from a pretty horrific game of Cache to be up 10-3 at the moment. But you can see how passive CSGO Lounge are. It's been over a minute in play, and Mike S will find Sparrow, and I think CSGO Lounge are finally going to make their way back towards the B bomb side. And yes, there is 3 players there grouping up, and Mike S will still have the rub of the green there, picking up Innocent, flashed, and now it's going to be 1 more for Mike S. That's a triple for him. Can it be a quad kill? The spray comes in from Mouse, and he will pick up Mike S, but the round is gone. 30 seconds left, 4 versus 1, and Mouse in a pretty big hole here, Jim.
That's right. All he can do at this point in time is try and save that AWP and hope that they can do something with it next round, because, well, that bomb's completely useless to him. Might as well just leave it there. 11-4 will be the score. If he can save this AWP, they might open up a few extra options this round, but it's been really, for large stretches in this second half, being uninspired from CSGO Lounge on their map pick. So they're going to need to turn things around quite quickly, and if they do get this last round, they might be able to take some momentum into the second half. But of course, I'm just talking up their chances, because at the moment, they're looking like a completely different side from what we saw on Cache. Yeah,
I mean, it's staggering, isn't it? Both teams on their T side, Penta were awful on Cache. Now CSGO Lounge are looking quite pedestrian. Yeah, well, quite pedestrian on their T side, and it's just a matter of Penta posting up on AWP lines and waiting for CSGO Lounge to walk into their crosshairs, which is exactly what we said about Penta's T side on Cache. It's the utilities just not being utilized properly on these T sides, and it's usually I guess on a map like Cobble, you usually see teams struggle on the CT defensive side, but Penta putting up a great half here. And now you can see the pressure CSGO Lounge are under, because the The pushes aren't coming in here from CSGO Lounge. They're just waiting and biding their time, but Mishu will pick up Tabson. That's a great opening stance here for Penta, but Tarson will even up the ledger and make his way back towards the danger stairs where he'll spot it out once again, but it's going to be all about the B-bomb side here for CSGO Lounge as they gear up to make their final push of the half onto the B-bomb site.
Right, and Lowell is actually in a decent position here on the platform. Innocent does find the frag there quite quickly. Mike S trades him out very, very quickly. Mihu has got himself into the drop room, nearly finding a double. They're not able to do so. Mike S is just on fire at the moment as well. Takes down the pot plant and Malzinho for good measure. And now Manice is going to need to make something happen. He does find Mike S and now forces a 1 versus 1. And he's not too sure where Tarson is at the moment. 2 Orbs, they're dueling and managed to pick up the bomb. We'll go into the plant. And this is where Tarson should step. In fact, that was really awkward. He does simply just step around the fountain there. That Molotov is going to force his hand to take the duel. Doesn't matter anyway. Manix doesn't need a scope. But 11 for the score. It really has just been a story of how much this CSGO Lounge side has struggled on their T side.
Yeah, but the real question is, how on earth can Penta justify dropping the AWP to anyone apart from Mike S? I'm not sure how they can look at their game plan or strategy throughout, especially Keish, where there was a number of different players. Well, Mike had the AWP for most of this game on that side of things, but there have been times where we were both left scratching our heads saying, why isn't the AWP in this man's hands? And he proved it once again by going massive that round. They didn't come out with the win, but he got a triple kill, and now it's going to be aggression from both sides of play here on the B bomb site. One of the players from CSGO Lounge, Sparrow, making his way onto the B platform, but it will still be a B hit coming in here from the Penta team. And Sparrow does pick up one. He picks up the second one and gets the bomb down. So this is danger time here for Penta as they don't look to be in the strongest position, but it'll be Mike S picking up one. But he's got a lot of work left in front of him. 4 versus 1. The grenade takes him down. And maybe we will go so far as say that grenade was some home cooking by Steph Curry. That's deep. That's from beyond halfway.
That's from downtown.
That's from downtown. That's crazy. But the round going CSGO Lounge's way. That's exactly what they needed to start on their map pick. And as I said, we could be in for a bit of a shock here. It is their map pick, so we shouldn't give Penta too much of a nod ahead, even though they are on technically the advantage side now. We've seen how good teams can be on CSGO, on the CT side of Cobble, rather. And CSGO Lounge can put their best foot forward here. They won the pistol. And they'll continue to play defensively and see what Penta will do.
Right, they're in a good position here, and at the moment the terrorists are just organising themselves and looking at their options as to what they can actually do. So, as you can see on the overlay, they are all nearly positioned in the B-bomb site. Most of them heading over towards that platform. So, well, Spiro just shows his tail a little bit too much. And now Innocent is in a great position to find more frags. He's only able to do one, so great work there from Penta, able to trade him out quite quickly and eliminate that threat. But, of course, the rest of them are just dropping, or falling down like tin soldiers.
Yeah, Mihu is, obviously we spoke about his talent levels earlier, originally looking to play for that Virtus Pro team before Snacks and Bialy were considered permanent members. And, I mean, he looks as though he could potentially have the goods because he gets some really fantastic multi-frag rounds where his ability to transfer his aim from one target to another is insane. And now Manice is going to be trapped, but he has the opportunity to go absolutely mental here. He gets 2, and he'll get traded out, unfortunately for him. It peters out to nothingness. The round that could have been movie, it could have been all over Reddit, could have been on HLTV.org, just going absolutely ham, peters out into just complete mediocrity.
Well, we saw that from Massilian yesterday. Funny enough, that 4K on Mirage. Funny enough, made HLTV.org highlight clips. So they do happen.
Yep.
Dreams do come true.
Dreams do come true, and that's why players take the risk of strafing out on a wide angle with those rifles to take down multiple opponents and go absolutely movie mode. But now Penta will slow it down just a little bit, but will focus their control on the A hall side of things, and now Tabson will spot down the drop room as well. Mihu gets a spot on, so he's well aware of Tabson's presence there. But for Penta, it'll be all about this A bomb site and what they can do here. They're completely loading up on that side of the map, and you know it will be interesting as Lowell picks up Manise, and can he pick up a second one as Tarson goes down? And it's a great grenade there from Mouse, and he'll triple up there. So great play there from Mazinho, and he'll get taken down by Tabson, but is it enough? It's a 3 versus 2. The bomb is down, and there's only 50 seconds left. There's, I guess, plenty of time for Penta to go back towards the B bomb site, but Mihu cutting off this rotate. He will find one here, but will he get the kill? He doesn't. Tabson onto Mihu, and now it's a 2 versus 2. They still don't have the bomb though, Jim. With only 30 seconds to go, they need to make a decision here now.
Well, that's right. And I mean, they're best positioned at the moment towards that A-bomb site, but of course, they're just doing the swap. Crystal actually giving the AWP to his teammate there. And, well, Spiro in a fantastic position here to clean up. But, of course, the pole ensures that he doesn't get that frag at all. That was absolutely made a meal of by him there. And now Crystal has to commit to one of these bomb sites. A is going to be the bomb site that he does choose. Innocent, though, is completely misread the situation for now. 8 seconds remaining. That Molotov will definitely telegraph which side he's definitely hitting. And, well, should force this 1 versus 1. Crystal just sitting on the bomb, content to do so and take this angel here. He does not land the shot onto Innocent there. Great work from him. Didn't even take a single point of damage either. So CSGO Lounge hanging on at the moment and whittling away at that lead that Penta have built up over the course of a dominating first half. But they are yet to find a round in this second half.
Yeah, that's Sparrow is thanking his lucky stars that Innocent's come away with that win. He actually had the position on both of those players, and whilst he picked up the first one, I don't think he'd really needed to commit to that first kill until both of those players walked past, and he had a much easier angle on both of those players. The pole just providing so much cover for the terrorist there. He's able to pick up the kill and get a bomb plant. Oh, Tarson just nails Innocent through a smoke there. Not sure what he saw that we didn't, but he's timed that one to perfection, and he's basically, yeah, to time that shot so that when the smoke pops, he's counted a few seconds and fired that one off, nailing the head of Innocent, and that'll open up the round for Penta. And they'll just slow it down once again. Tarson tries to repeat the dosage, but CSGO Lounge won't allow that one. And yeah, it's going to be a B hit here from Penta.
Less than ideal start though, as CSGO Lounge take one person down early and, well, managed to square that ledger. They have one person taken down, should I say. But Spiro, positioned well here on the platform, is able to get a frag before he's taken out himself. Now, Mihu actually does a lot of damage there, takes down Tarson, and now Mike S is left in a weird position. But, he needs to try and clutch something and make something work for his team. Mike S is going to make his way through the underpass here. He does not have much time left, but of course he's got this wide open bomb site. Only a 1 versus 1 to take here. And the Tech 9 unfortunately isn't able to do so much against Malzinho. Holding strong, and CSGO Lounge are really narrowing the gap here as it is now 11-9 the score. And a tactical pause potentially coming out. Interesting notes coming out from CSGO Lounge, so I don't think it is tactical. I think it's more technical than anything else.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a technical timeout. It is because yeah, there's no, as you said, there's no reason why CSGO Lounge would take a tactical timeout when they're playing so well on their side. But we get no confirmation from the players either way in the chat, so I would have to assume that that something's going on. But it looks as though everyone's still connected and everyone's frames look stable and everyone's ping looks stable. Their latency is fine, so I'm not sure what the pause is for, but nevertheless, we'll just bide our time here, and CSGO Lounge will take this opportunity to discuss what changes they think Penta will make.
Yeah, this is another key round coming out from Penta here, because as you can see, their investment is quite heavy into this round. So if they do not get a bomb plant down, they might not be able to buy into the next one at all. So, of course, CSGO Lounge holding strong at the moment. Now, they are at maximum money bonus, but as you can see, a lot of them actually whittled down their cash. So, plant would stimulate them quite well. Now, going to changed things up a little bit. They're actually going for some fast underpass control here, and will come to a head. Nazinia does get taken down. The well actually finds Manice as well, so that crossfire has been eliminated quite early, so this change of pace working wonders for Penta, as now they stream onto this A bomb site, locking the counter terrorists out with those smokes and Molotovs. The bomb plant does go down, and potentially here CSGO Lounge can go for this from a monetary position, but best position to save because they don't like their chances. All 5 members of Penta are still alive.
Yeah, they've recognised this immediately. CSGO Lounge is backed off completely. And yeah, basically the minute those 2 frags went down in mid and the rotate was cut off by a good smoke onto the doors, that round was more or less lost for CSGO Lounge, barring some sort of complete meltdown by the opposition. But it hasn't happened. Penta will finally get some action on the T side of the map. They take the aggressive approach and take the, I guess, the non-passive style of play to the opposition. Taking mid-control really fast, catching CSGO Lounge off guard, taking mid-control, running over the A-bomb site, getting their first T round, and hopefully they do more of the same, because I guess one of the pet peeves that we have is that when teams do something that works, they suddenly go away from that instantly, but hopefully that they go straight back to this mid-control, as you see Manice not really allowing them to, smoking that one off defensively and now holding back. But it will be the A control coming in from Penta once again, as you see so many players moving towards that side, and Lowell will open up onto Manice, so that's a great first kill for Penta. But there's one member still in mid, and it will be Tarson teaming up with Lowell again to pick up Mihu as well. And Crystal just spamming his way around that smoke in mid, but there is one member of CSGO Lounge still in the mid-ramp. It is Mouse, but Innocent gets taken down. Tabson will get this plant going. Crystal should find Mouse. He does, and now, all of a sudden, Sparrow left in a 4 versus 1, and Penta, have they finally found the weakness in the CSGO defense? CSGO Lounge defense.
Well, they have. They've hit it twice now, and they've simply just changed the tempo up, moved quite quickly through A, and caught completely by surprise. CSGO Lounge haven't been able to stop them. They've just been running rampant there in the A site. Now, the bomb plant, of course, has happened today, and they will save out here. Spiro, the only one that's left alive, and, well, Tarson might find him out here. Not able to do so. Finds him, but doesn't get the frag, so I do believe he will take that AWP into the next round. 13-9 the score. Penta just inching closer towards that all-important win.
Yeah, this is an all-in round for CSGO Lounge. If they go down here, I'm afraid that their map hopes are pretty much over, because it will be a double save round for them after this round if they are unable to secure the victory in the round. But Penta will make their way back towards B, and not sure that mid-rush looked good to me. Not sure why they're backing off that one. Well, you can see CSGO Lounge themselves haven't made any adaptations. They still put 3 players towards the B side. They still have those 2 players holding A from fairly defensive positions. So this round from Penta would have been fine once again to, I guess, to use the change-up onto the mid and just rush through that area. But as it stands, they're going to make their way back to mid, and this is looking like one of those rounds where they're just going to walk into the crosshairs of the CSGO Lounge players, and that's not an ideal situation, I should say, because the AWP there and Sparrow is still very much in play.
Not when they've made such good reads in earlier rounds and really varying the tempo quite well, but making their way back towards A, of course, Tabson has actually gotten himself into a decent position here and could really split apart the defenses, and that's exactly what he's going to do, finding the frag down to Mihu. Manice, though, is able to trade him out quite quickly, minimising the amount of damage he could do. Crystal is the man that's jumping into the choke points. He's got the AWP, but he's using the CZ as his primary right now, and that smoke, luckily, is thrown a second time. The duo revolves quite well. Now, Innocent has got a decent flank here, does find Crystal, and Spiro holds that A site quite well with the AWP, and now just Mike to contend with here. He's going to dart around that APC. He needs to find that bomb and get it down. He's only got 13 seconds left to play with, so great work here from CSGO Lounge here. Just taking that frag all too easily. Not too much Mike S could do in that situation, and they find an all-important round, but that money situation is going to be difficult because the terrorists have plenty of their own.
Yeah, Good round there for CSGO Lounge, but the great thing for Penta, they did pick up those 3 kills. So crucially for them, if they win this one, Penta's still another bite at the apple to get CSGO Lounge tilting their economy. If they win this one, once again, it'll be very, very tough times for CSGO Lounge moving into the next round. But Sparrow getting nice and aggressive with that AWP, just zoning off the terrorists just a little bit before Manise tries to spot mid, and Tabson will pick up Mihu. So that's a great start to the round by Penta. But Jim, I'm just not too sure why Penta have gone away from this aggressive mid tactic. It doesn't make any sense to myself, or definitely to you. I can see you shaking your head in disdain. And as we said, after the first time they did it, I was worried that they would immediately go away from it. They did it a second time. It worked again, and they went away from it. After 2 times, it's not something that I know can really understand. But
if I was to quote a co-caster of ours, it's madness. But it's got through the drop room, and they're actually going to go and pincer this A-bomb site. So this is bad news for CSGO Lounge fans, as Innocent does his best to try and make things work, but of course there's only Spiro and himself in this 4 versus 2. The bomb plant will go down on A, and well, the CTs are just completely locked out of this site, and they're going to be potentially giving up what would be a 14th round to their opponents. Penta, though, have secured and done enough to secure that round. So they've got the bomb site, got the bomb plant. Again, back towards this A was their focus, but of course it was a little bit slower this time, still making it work.
Yeah, I liked, even though the tempo from Penta slowed down, I guess the area of the map in which they were working stayed consistent. So at least that they've gone back to that mid area and decided that that's where they'd found the weakness in the defense. They'd tried the A halls area a number of times. They tried B a number of times with no success. Once that they've channeled their, I guess, aggression through the middle of the map, whether it be very fast-paced or sort of more of a slower-paced round like that, they've found the key for them, which is definitely that middle aspect of the map. And now, well, it's just going to be such an impossible task here for CSGO Lounge to try and make this one work. 1 AWP, 1 M4 on Innocent, and 3 pistols for CSGO Lounge. And the aggression will come out here from B, the double grenade going down that drop room, and Tarson and Crystal looking to that B platform area, just biding their time. But once again, Penta not really making too many moves. They're just biding their time, waiting for CSGO Lounge to make their first mistake, and it'll be Mike S being taken down now. Mouse has that rifle, and he's making his way back towards the B bomb site. So this could be a very difficult situation for Penta to get themselves into it. There goes Sparrow, picks up 1. Will he pick up a second? He doesn't look as though he can, and it will be Innocent picking up Lowell as well, and Mihu will actually jump in and pick up 1. Can he pick up a second? He does. He wins the round. And Jim, I'm not sure why they've gotten away from mid. We said the mid was working fast. They went away from that. They've gone slow mid, but all of a sudden they've gone back towards B, and it's not worked out for them. So they've made a pretty poor read there, identifying what was working. And I guess they tried to make a counter read where they thought CSGO Lounge would put more defense towards the middle of the map, but they should have known that it wasn't going to be the case until they saw it physically firsthand, and Sparrow and Manish just lay waste to the Penta players in mid there. This will be the 12th round for CSGO Lounge, and it'll just be Mike S left holding his rifle and the hopes of his team, but he'll get taken down now. It's 14-12. CSGO Lounge on a mini roll here. Yeah,
for the first time in a long time, CSGO Lounge actually obtaining a clean round. I mean, that's key to getting back into this match. Now we will see another gun round coming out from Penta. They're not out of the forest yet, CSGO Lounge, that's for sure. Penta, of course, still holding on to this lead, but they've invested a lot in this round, and if they don't get a plant, you will see them, unfortunately, have to eco, which should square things up at 14-all. So a very important round here in the context of this match. The context is best of 2. And, of course, the context of CSGO Lounge's counterpit season. So this aggression towards the B site, best to pay dividends.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, they've only won 3 rounds in this entire half of Counter-Strike, and all 3 have been through mid. So I'm not sure exactly what they think they're going to find at B. They're just wasting utility, wasting time, giving their position away. You can see they're just all bunched up there between the B side of things, and Innocent will open it up nicely onto Tabson, and now Sparrow's got that AWP trained on the platform, and he probably will find when he does. The bomb goes down, so weird reads here by PENTA, and they've gone down once again at B. They're just getting absolutely taken to task. Innocent takes down Lowell. It's another round for CSGO Lounge, and PENTA, please identify the weaknesses. 3 rounds won, 3 rounds taken mid. Just go back there and try and make it work for you one more time, because that's where the weakness is in the CSGO Lounge defense.
That's it, and as a result of not identifying that weakness, they found themselves on an eco here. Only a few pistols upgraded across the board, some P250s, single flash on Tarson, and, well, they can make this work. In all honesty, CSGO Lounge don't deserve to win this match, but of course, we look at the utility, we look at the investment into this round. By all means, they have no right to win this round, but of course, Lowell and Tarson find frags there onto Manisa Malzinho on the A site. Spiro, though, still holds strong with that AWP, and Innocent just guarding the top of mid, and his teammate, of course, cross-firing that A site. They do have things on lock, but they've already taken 2 losses already. So, CSGO Lounge have started this round well, but Lowell and Crystal just looking to do a lot more damage. They have Colts of their own now, and Crystal does make himself known. Takes a bit of a duel there with Innocent. Of course, now pressure coming out of the A-holes, and just forces Innocent to change his position. Crystal actually catches Spiro out, and this is going pear-shaped very quickly for CSGO Lounge. So, the P250 does a lot of damage, and now Crystal forces this 1 versus 1 with Mihu, and, well, competitive lives on the line here potentially for CSGO Lounge as Mihu just slowly crouches his way out those double doors, and Crystal will be able to get the bomb down and force this 1 versus 1. This will end up in a gun duel between these 2 teams. Mihu spots him out, and that grenade should do a lot of damage. In fact, Drake takes him down to 34. Crystal, though, taking a big gamble here. Dancing around. Doesn't have that armor, of course, and that aim punch could be a massive factor here. Needs to land that first shot, that killer blow. Unable to do so. Mihu squares it up 14-all, Pete, and this is a tense match.
It is a very tense match. It's a very tense situation for PENTA. They've been ahead for so long in the game. Finally, CSGO Lounge draws even. And look at the kill spread here for CSGO Lounge. 21 on Mouse, 20 on Manise, 18 on Mihu, 18 on Sparrow, 17 on Innocent, and just across the board a fantastic game of complete CS coming out from CSGO Lounge, and now they finally get that AWP on Sparrow with everyone, with a complete complement of rifles and everything for the CSGO Lounge players, but also that AWP on Crystal, which, you know, we harp on about Jim. We just don't understand how Mike S can be so dynamic with that AWP and just not get as many opportunities to use the rifle as he should. And now this PENTA Esports guys have made their way back into the A halls, which I'm not a huge fan of. They've been so successful in mid. Just go back to mid and see if you can open the round up at least and get those entry kills, because you've been so successful there. But as it stands, they've just slowed it down, and you can see almost a minute elapsed off the clock, and nobody in the entire server taking damage apart from Mouse, who's lost 2 HP, and Crystal 3 HP. So pretty much 10 complete players left as the clock hits 50 seconds to go. A tense round here. PENTA just grouped up in A, and they've got no B presence at all. You can see 4 CT dots. Sparrow will take down 1. Can he find a second one? He doesn't, and now it's going to be all for PENTA to do to get into this one, Jim.
A really awkward standoff too between these teams as the clock is just ticking down. They're going to make that call to hit that A site. That flash does blind the members of CSGO Lounge, but that was a really interesting instance there, because we got to see absolutely no action at all. Now, that of course did bring up match point for CSGO Lounge, but no choice here at all. PENTA are buying into this, and fortunately they're able to find themselves some AKs, but that great little boost there from Mihu into the drop room means that Mike S has played his part in this match so far, and of course, unless this is going into overtime, we won't see any more action from him, as now they go 4 versus 5. But again, this slow start, this is not what we wanted. They again have just strayed away from what's worked for them, and this is why they are paying the ultimate price.
Yeah, again, just the caller for PENTA, Crystal, he's just not identified at all that the weakness in the defense for CSGO Lounge has been mid. So he's managed to win those 3 rounds, but it's almost as if he doesn't really understand how they won them or why they won them, because That's such a crucial opening as he does pick up a frag, but will it be enough? Will it be enough to get his team to overtime? Tarson picks up one as well. Tarson picks up a double. So despite all of this action coming in, can it be Penta taking this one to overtime? Tabson will pick up Manise. It's 1 versus 1. Tabson versus Mouse to take it to overtime or to get taken down. CSGO Lounge will win this one. Mouse picks up the kill. They win 16-14 in truly spectacular fashion. CSGO Lounge comes back from the absolute abyss. They're able to make that CT side work for them the whole way. 12 rounds go, CT side of Cobble to CSGO Lounge. But I guess we can sit here scratching our heads wondering what could have been for Penta in that map if they had have just made a couple of subtle adjustments. But you can't take anything away from the counter-terror